In this example, we'll be looking at how to simplify a division of complex numbers problem. Let's say that you have the problem 3 plus I divided by I. In order to simplify this, your goal is to get a real number in the denominator. So we want to multiply top and bottom times the conjugate of the denominator. So I'm going to rewrite this denominator as 0 plus 1i. The conjugate of 0 plus 1i would be 0 minus 1i. We want to take that times the numerator and the denominator. Okay, so I'm going to do the denominator first. Here we have 0 plus 1i is just 1i, and 0 minus 1i is negative 1i. So we have 1i times negative 1i is actually negative 1i squared. But I squared we can replace with a negative 1. So that actually gives us a negative 1 times a negative 1 in the denominator, which is just a positive 1. Now let's go back and do the numerator. We have 0 minus 1i here. So this will give us 3 plus I times just a negative I, because 0 minus 1i would be negative I. Now we need to distribute the negative I throughout the numerator. So negative I times 3 is negative 3i. Negative I times I is negative I squared. Again, we can replace the I squared with negative 1. So this leaves us with negative 3i minus negative 1. But minus a negative 1 is actually plus 1. And so we're left with negative 3i plus 1, but it's customary to write your complex numbers with the real part first. So I'm going to write this as 1 minus 3i. And all of that divided by 1 is just simply equal to 1 minus 3i. So that is the simplified version of our original problem, where we now have a real number in the denominator instead of an imaginary number. And it is in a plus bi form, where we have the real part plus the imaginary part.